Welcome to this short review of the Corba probe troubleshooting with me, Jim Hutchinson. The example Corba probe used was the generic 3GPP probe installed in Netcool Omnibus v7.4 on Solaris 11. The target system was a Corba 3.2 simulator. In this example, the naming service was connected to. When the naming service is available, the dump ns tool can be used to list the available Corba objects. The dump ns tool takes the naming service hostname or IP address and port as its arguments. Available Corba objects are listed if it successfully connects to the naming service using the same Corba framework software as the Corba probes. The generic 3GPP Corba probe only requires knowledge of the naming service host, port, and 3GPP version, provided all the other configurations are standard. Sometimes locale settings need to be set, and with multiple probes the name property would need to be set uniquely. If only the IOR files are provided, the IOR string in the files can be used to determine the host and port used by the service using an IOR parser. This is useful when the ports need to be opened in an environment where there are firewalls. The IOR string is a single line of alphanumeric text that starts with the string IOR. The IOR string is placed in the text box on the IOR parser web page. Parser provides the host and port of the object, as well as confirmation of the object itself. In this case, a notification IRP on port 60336, with the alarm IRP being on the same port 60336 in this example. In other systems, all the hosts and ports could be different. Therefore, it is important to check the IR strings in an environment where there are firewalls to make sure that the required connections are allowed. Additionally, ORB localhost and ORB local port need to be set in the probe's properties, with the firewall opened from the probe to the target servers. With this additional detail and other common property settings, the probe is ready for use. On the probe server, check that the chosen ORB local port is free and not already in use. Also check that the probe can connect to the naming service using the telnet command. Netstat should show no listeners and the telnet make a connection. When the probe is started, it will run through the connection process. If all goes well, it will log a probe connected message in the log file. The probe connects to the naming service to get the notification and alarm ERPs. Perform synchronization if configured, and then subscribes for new events. You can check the log file for keywords, for example, the start and end synchronization messages. In this example, the resynchronization properties are seen, along with the resynchronization summary message, as well as the start and end synchronization messages. If the probe is run from the command line with message level debug set, extra login is sent to standard out. As well as logging the class path and Java version, key connection steps are logged to standard out to assist in debugging problems. If additional debugging is required, two probe properties are provided to enable Corba debug login. One to set Corba debug login on, and the other to specify the file name of the log file. You can use grep client GIOP connection to see the connections the probe makes to the target Corba server. When setting probe specific properties, specify the expanded file name path. The Corba debug login is verbose and is best reviewed after using grep to check for keywords such as client GIOP connection. Comparing successful probe logs against problem probe logs is a useful way to determine where in the probe's processing the problem is happening.